Ita Pawalion the Siam Nasiaya, Antha Hachlia to Litin Atla Humasqueam, then a tenth of Alamat with an amen as to Sumpkin Siem. Heichka. Tanamamana, Tatano Smart and Tanamamana. Tanawale eaten amitstum a mali. Haitipka, Slansialaqua us. Haitipka, Thanshwalaqua. Haitipka, the Humcom Slanslani. Haitipka, a Huelmoch Stamech. Haitipka, a Spoutless. Haitipka, a Manama. Haitipka, a Skeg. Tetano Smartin, Humasqueam Slani. Haitipka, Tatamas. Haichka, Statlo. Ni Haitanashquas Konita Makan. Greetings, my honored and respected friends. My name is Miss Christie Lee. My ancestral name is Chachlia, and I come from this beautiful place called Mali. This is only one of the many villages that are spread across the territory of this place we now know as the city of Vancouver. But our Musqueam people have been living on this land since time immemorial, for over 10,000 years. Through the findings of archaeological evidence, oral histories, and the dialect that we share with our Coast Salish families, Hunkaminam, we speak the downriver dialect. And this is it. This is the mouth, the north arm of the Statlo, of the river. This is where we get fish, crab, shellfish. Earlier there was a little seal that was in the water greeting me when I first came. This is the place of my ancestors. This is where all the stories and the songs and the teachings come from. I'm so proud to come from this place that my ancestors took care of for not just me, but for my children, my children's children, and all the next generations that have yet to come. Our Humasqueam people, along with many Huelmoch families, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, all across the lands, we've been affected by pandemics before, especially over this way. Back there is the village of Sesnam, once home to over 35,000 Musqueams, again through oral history and archaeological evidence, and stories told to me by my ancestors. Our people were wiped out at Sesnam through a pandemic, but we survived. We lived off the land. We came together as Huelmoch Masteoch, as people of the land, and we shared our bounties. We shared our food. We shared our gatherings. We shared everything. And that kept us strong so we can be here in this time today in 2020. But again, in 2020, we're facing another pandemic. But again, it's brought all of our people together. It's been so beautiful to witness the sharing of wealth between families here in Musqueam. Excuse me, I'm getting a little bit choked up because my people mean so much to me. It's been so beautiful to see people drop off food packages and get out and sing songs, and every day at 7 o'clock, everybody's banging their drums. It's such a beautiful thing. I'm so honored to be a part of this community, and that my children get to live up here, and that we get to live in this beautiful place that we get to pass on to the next generation. I want to give a big shout out to the Indian Summer Festival, who's always come to the Musqueam people, to the people of the land, to share and to follow the protocol of our people. So thank you for always remembering who we are, because we are Indigenous brothers and sisters from this beautiful planet. So thank you so much, Indian Summer Festival. The poem I'm going to share with you today is a poem that was written by my father. We have many stories that we pass down from generation to generation, but as time goes on, we need new stories because we live in new times. So this story was written by my father, the late Henry Charles, to pass down to the next generation. The sun rose by the mouth of the river. On a bright sunny day, a little Huelmoch girl named Kimora. She saw her brother paddling along the river. paddling in his canoe. He was there to spear the salmon. He saw his salmon swimming underneath his canoe. So he threw his spear into the water and caught some salmon. Komora sang a beautiful song. Way-ah-hey, way-ah-hey. Alistair speared a big, huge salmon, and it fed our families. Komora and Sophia sang and danced as their brother brought the salmon up to the shore. The mother cleaned the fish and called for the children. We're going to have a little feast. We're going to share the salmon. So Komora, Sophia, and her mother came together and they made bread and they cooked up some wild rice and they steamed up some greens from the forest. While all this was happening, some more people from the village came by. They arrived with drums and sticks and paddles and more food. Together they circled up and they started singing and they started playing stick games. Komora sang a beautiful song as her brother played, and Sophia drummed along. Her brother was asked to play in the stick games and they sang, way-ah-hey, way-ah-hey. Komora and the people feasted, Sophia feasted, Alistair so feasted, and the great salmon fed all the people. The sun set and the stick games went on all through the night. This is a beautiful story that will be passed on to my children and to their children and to the next children in this beautiful community, to talk about how we as a community come together and share our bounties. Natsamat Tushkwalawinst. We are of one heart and one mind. Haitsepka.